What's going on, Cancer? Sidebar Cancer, I messed up your intro the first time. Welcome to my channel, or welcome to the Chariot Friends. Off to a great start, Cancer. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling organized today, Cancer. I don't know what's going on, but for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Cancer, and it keeps us going. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So, the purpose of the channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based on our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void, of course, it's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Mars Day. It's Tuesday. Hope you're feeling energized, feeling ready to tackle the day here, Cancer. And that's appropriate. I love that it's Mars Day too. Mars is here, and because Mars is one of the rulers of Scorpio and Cancer, that's where the moon's at. And with this energy, Cancer, you might notice that you're feeling a little more kind of. Thank you. You might be feeling a little more secretive as a normal Cancer. Might be keep feeling a little more private because Scorpio can deal with those. Scorpio energy. I feel like it's one where until you kind of really get to know them, they kind of keep things to themselves. They're really observant. So you might notice that too, Cancer. You're kind of like really sort of like more deeply attuned to the energies, and because Scorpio does feel on they can be an intense sign, but I feel like it's just because they can feel so intensely and really are tuned into a different type of way than how the other water signs. We all bring intuition in a very unique way, Cancer, and you may notice too that you might be feeling your feelings more intensely, and I feel like that can be a perk for us. Be considering that we I feel like a strong part of our intuition does come from our feelings. We do want to be mindful of getting kind of locked in and kind of fixated on one because Scorpio is the fixed water sign. So that's just something to be mindful of there, Cancer. But also this is an energy of change. This is a great way for thinking about all the ways that you want to evolve and want to grow, and how do we get to that higher perspective. And two, something that is really not talked about with Scorpio. They can their energy deals with like loans and shared assets, finances. They're opposite sign of Taurus, so they're good with their money too. This could be a great thing for thinking about your finances. So just something to pay attention to there, Cancer. And then with the moon being in a waxing crescent phase, this is really about kind of setting your intentions, Cancer. We're in the real kind of planning phase for this. Now that's like we've set that, now that we've thought about possibly what we want to focus on, how do we get that, keep that confidence going, keep that stamina, keep that drive, and this is really good energy for just building yourself up and showing yourself some compassion too. If we're not really sure, like it's like we have an idea of what we want to focus on, but it's still kind of getting locked in. Be kind to yourself. It's not a race to get to growth, Cancer. It's at your own pace and as it makes sense for you. So something to think about there. And then last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so definitely check them out. One of them is actually a Scorpio, so she's a very cool one, but definitely check her out. But let's get to your general energy of the day. Oh, I see you, Cancer, thinking about a team because you got the third card of Sagittarius, which is the crew card. And with this card, Cancer is a card of in sync, esprit de corps, working together as a unit, team, leadership, co-create, pooling assets, camaraderie, gung-ho, forming alliances, partnership, and team effort. And the energy that's coming through here, Cancer, is the in sync. And I feel like that this energy is a number of things. I feel that there is this one, considering that we are in the Scorpio energy, Cancer, this can be a really great way for you to really get in sync with the universal energies, to kind of really tune into yourself, because Scorpio energy does bring those kind of like that type of stuff that's buried deep down to the light. So this can be a great thing for you to sync up with you and your higher self, or your energies, and really kind of feel how you manifest and how you navigate. And because I like with even like the wax and crescent phase, the tarot card that is associated with, according to this card, is the high priestess, our ruler, that deals with intuition. She does deal with those kind of hidden things. So something to think about there, Cancer. But I feel like too is just making sure that, are we in sync with the decisions that we've made, whether this be in like the relationships that we're in, maybe in the living situation that we're in, maybe even like the working or career environment that we're in. And if there's not that sense of, not even just that sense of harmony, but if you're noticing that there isn't that growth that is happening, or that pursuit for, yeah, for like getting again to your highest vibration, because Sagittarius energy does deal with that, being Jupiter ruled, that's on that quest for knowledge and for growth and for understanding. And if we don't feel that passion, that drive, or there's like things that maybe kind of plateaued here, it's like maybe it's time to kind of recalibrate your energies a little bit and tune in and get in sync with those that higher vibration, really kind of embrace that level up there, Cancer. I like that. But let's get some tarot on the mix and get some details. Thank you. All right, Cancer. Let's see what's going on here. Oh! Oh, that was a lot, Cancer. Hold on. Oh, answer. Cancer, you're syncing up with the energies, and I love it. So let me tell you what's going on here, because you got us. That was the Chariot. And then, let's breathe. And then you have this pretty dope start, Cancer. Major Arcana City. You got the Knight of Stars, the Queen of Wands, the Star card, and then the Temperance card. Sagittarius energy there, Cancer. And with us coming through here, Cancer, I do feel that there is this, and look at you coming into sync with your powers, because the Chariot, that's our card. And I feel that there is this need to, because even the Temperance card, this is a card of balance, really kind of going within, and I feel like it is kind of syncing up with your energy there, Cancer, and connecting with your higher self with this Star card here, because the thing about the Star card, Aquarius energy, when I think about how their energy works, it's they really are such an innovative sign. And I feel like it's interesting that they're the water bearers, because it's like they're taking that divine knowledge from their higher selves, those ideas and things, and then they're pouring those energies and making them manifest. And I feel that these energies are trying to have you sync up with the things that kind of make you excited for life, that make you want to, I don't know, that just get you in this energy of wanting to pursue more, wanting to grow, and really kind of shine bright here, Cancer, because it feels that maybe for some it's like we've reached this point. I kind of like this. It's like we've been kind of going along, kind of, it's like we've been putting in this work, doing this growth, and now we've kind of reached this point where we're getting ready to pass through through a portal, in a sense, and like kind of go to that next level up there, and that's exciting. I feel that's something that the Queen of Wands definitely gets geeked up over. And I love, the thing with the Chariot too is that in order for this Chariot to keep moving, there needs to be those opposing forces. In order to get to that light and to that sense of achievement, there needs to be a challenge. And even then, look at this. I love this little yin and yang in the middle here. There's all about that balance. And so, I feel like this is a really good energy for you here, Cancer, to I don't know, it's like to just like kind of sink into just again a higher frequency, and to, I don't know, and to pursue something more, or especially if we're feeling that, wherever situation, or whatever, maybe our current situation isn't quite resonating with us. But I'm even kind of getting here too, Cancer. This is kind of interesting that not necessarily that there's going to be some challenges coming up, but because I'm thinking in between the Temperance and the Star is the Devil and then the Tower. And I feel that if we're not quite vibing with our current situation, I don't know, like the Devil can be, I'm not getting like a toxic situation, but I feel like I need to, I'm getting more of the Capricorn side of it because the Devil is Capricorn. And I'm getting more of this energy of, again, are we attuned with where we're trying to, are we attuned to our calling in a sense? And then with the Tower, because both the cards in between there, they're not negative cards. Well, it depends on where our vibrations are at, but it's like if we're attuned to the, if we're not attuned to where we're going to, and we're giving our power in a sense to something else, it's just like what foundation needs to change in order for us to get to that sense of realizing our fullest potential there, Cancer. But I like that, Cancer. I think that's a very dope start. All right, let's get some more on this, Cancer. Oh, there's hubby. All right, Cancer. Hmm. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, all right, Cancer. I see you. See, we're getting ready to manifest some abundance, and I like that the ruler kind of came out here, Cancer. So that's interesting. Let me tell you what's going on. So you have the Nine of Crystals, the Eight of Stars, the King of Wands, and then the Wheel of Fortune. And by the way, Cancer, the stars in this deck are pentacles, and the crystals are swords. And I feel that especially with Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune, and Sagittarius being here, the Temperance card, and even one of them for me, because the King of Wands is one of Sagittarius's cards as well. There is this energy of kind of looking to that next level, thinking about where we want to take our growth, because the King of Wands, he's a planner. He's the one that is, once he once his destiny in a sense, with the Wheel of Fortune being here, is realized, or he has this clear vision, he's gonna put in that work to get this thing done. Because the King of Wands has just boundless energy at his disposal. But I feel that maybe for some there is this anxiety, or that there's this worry that, not necessarily that we're not just on our right path, but it's just like, are we going to be able to achieve this thing, and what that looks like. And because it's like it's something that you think about, but there's some, like, I feel like for some that there's maybe this, I don't know, maybe we're thinking it's going to be more work than is required, because and that makes sense, Cancer, because it's like as you level up, there are more responsibilities that come with whatever it is that you're doing. And it's like that, I don't think that you can handle it, Cancer, but I'm almost feeling like for some there's this, like, kind of like this coasting energy, like, like wanting to stay in your comfort zone, which I get, Cancer, again. But this energy isn't, this journey isn't about just remaining stagnant. It's like once we've gotten the fulfillment, or this achieve what we're in this current level, we have to move on. It's like, I'm thinking like in like a video game, for example, when you're at level 50, you're not going to hang around in the 30 zones and use that to level up. That's going to take forever. And you can do it. You're in a safe space here, Cancer. However you want to go about your journey is totally up to you. I'm going to kick it with you all along the way there. But it's just like, Do we want more, Cancer? Because there's abundance all around us, and again, it might be a challenge at first, but it's definitely achievable. And something little extra sidebar there, Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in our sign. After Sagittarius and Pisces, Jupiter loves kicking it with us, and I feel like that's a cool place to be, and cool with the planet of abundance. But yeah, both the Knight of Stars and the King of Wands are very kind of practical figures, and very ones that need. They're thinking about they're thinking about what are next steps going to be. They're very active planners, but. Hmm. All right, Cancer. I thought I had a little bit more on that, but I think we're good there. But let's get some advice from Mars and from Pluto. You know what, Cancer? Interesting. You know what I'm thinking too? Just considering too, and then I'll get you to tell your cards here. Because I was just thinking with the King and Queen of Wands, I feel like it's not just you like being in sync with yourself, but like in considering you just got a few more people here too, paying attention to the people. Are we in sync? Are the people that we're synced up with as well, are they resonating with where you're trying to go in life? Not necessarily that we're pursuing the same things, but it's just that we're on the same page of just like that sense of growth and that sense of expansion. Because just thinking with it, because last little bit here, you got the so you got the self card, one of the special major. There are two in here: the self and the flower of life. But you got the self card, the King of Crystals, or excuse me, King of Stars, and then the Queen of Crystals here. And let's switch back over here, Cancer. Because when we're thinking about like when I'm thinking about like just who you are, Cancer, we are a reflection of the people that we keep around us. And if we've noticed that we're not quite in sync with those energies, it's not necessarily that we're cutting people off, but I do feel like that there's this boundaries that are coming through here with the Queen of Stars, because she's the type in like traditional decks. I'm seeing her how she's got her hand out, but she always also has a sword in her hand as well. It's just like, all right, are we working towards stability here? What is the game plan? And if the energies are, I don't know, it's like if we're, it just feels like if there's not that sense of balance, or there's not that sense of, I feel like it's, I might need to get a little bit more on her, but it feels like that there's this need to kind of pay attention to the relationships that we're forming as well, and how they affect your stability in this long-term plan. Because where the King of Crystals, he is a very generous figure. He's the type that wants others to, it's not just about him. It is where we do focus on ourselves and our personal growth. We want to share that with others, because we want our soul tribe to be able to grow just as we're growing their, Cancer. But let me get a little bit more on the Queen of Crystals before we get out of here. Hmm. Okay. All right, Cancer. Interesting. So the Queen of Crystals, she's clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Crystals, and then the Ace of Wands. And Cancer, I do feel that with the Seven of Wands, maybe for some, again, it's just like the Seven of Wands can be like a card of criticisms, or see how these wands are kind of coming at this one girl here, and she's on the defense. I feel like it's watching, just kind of it's protecting your energy, because I feel like not necessarily that people will betray you with the Ten of Swords or anything like that, but I do feel like that there's this energy that can bring you down, because this can be a card of like being at your lowest, kind of hitting rock bottom there. It's a pretty intense card there, Cancer. But I feel like if you have this drive or this energy to change something, then it's, considering too, you got two, the hottest couple, divine counterparts there, King and Queen of Wands, and your energies are in sync and they're ready to move on and to make the most of this potential. Then again, it's not that we're leaving people behind, but it's just like that, or that we're cutting people out. It's just that we're focusing on yourself in a sense, and getting, almost getting like kind of like Nine of Pentacles vibes, where that maybe, and even something to Cancer, if we're worried about these people maybe leaving or having some kind of thoughts about what we're doing, it's let your growth be a motivator for them, and as you raise your vibration, maybe those will kind of pull up too as well. But if not, you'll attract energies that do. You'll get King of Stars, Queen of Swords, Knight of Stars, King, Queen of Wands, people who are there to, that want to raise your vibration, and just something to think about there, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that there. So bam. But if you like that, Cancer, give it a thumbs up. And share this, because I do feel like that, because I love I love when the chariot pops up on this channel. It does, I don't know, Cancer, it's just like, I feel like you're if you're noticing someone who's maybe letting others kind of hold them back, or let a situation hold them back, just share this, Cancer. And then if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button, you get notified when I release videos each day. And then last little bit, Cancer, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Jupiter, your Mercury, your Venus. Just check your chart, Cancer. And then come on over to my other channel, The Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos, monthly ones, yearly ones. It's a good old time. Actually, about speaking of Libra, Queen of Crystals, I'm about to do Libras here in a few days. But all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. I love that, Cancer. Oh, the spirits do that. So here's Libra. They heard me talking about them. You got the Justice card here, Cancer. And with the Justice card, I do feel like it is this sense of balance here, Cancer, that is kind of coming through. And when you are in balance, I feel like you're able to do your best manifesting. That's when you're, because it's like a card of cause and effect too. You do something and then, something happens. And I don't know, it's like trying to, I love how this figure is like, I don't know if you can really see on her wardrobe here, she's like, it's like cloaked, and there's these infinity signs that are like all over, and it feels like that, she's constantly harmonizing with the energies, constantly staying in that balance. And then when like when you're doing that dance and staying in sync with the energies, you're able to just move better, you're improving yourself. And in that, again, and in that improving yourself, I feel like you're improving others as well, Cancer. You're leading by example in a sense. But let's get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here, Cancer. Interesting, Cancer. All right, so you have the second card here, which is Saint John, which is a Saint John's Wort card, which is the Radiance. This is ruled by the sun here, Cancer. And I'm almost kind of feeling like for some, because Aquarius energy, the star card, can be, they're about the collective, friends and groups. And I almost feel like that for some is paying attention to, I feel like, and because Libra can deal with relationships as well, those kind of one-on-one. And I feel like it's paying attention to those that may be trying to diminish your shine. And it may not be something intentional where they're actively doing it, but notice how their actions may bring you down, or that, how their behaviors, and it may even be a little broader than that. It might even be like a living situation. Maybe it's a work thing, whatever that's looking like. But something here I feel like is trying to kind of keep you diminished, and that can, when we're not on our intended path, eventually that can lead to the sense of like because St. John's wort, and this isn't medical advice, Cancer, but St. John's wort is good for like depression, and that might lead to this sense of depression or not really understanding why this is. It's like we're working harder at something that we don't want to do as opposed to doing the things that we, doing things that we want to do. And that really kind of vibe with us, and that is, again, this is raising our vibration in a sense. So just something to think about there, Cancer. But you stay safe out there. Making sure that we are in sync with things. That you're, yeah, that that just that things are lining up there for you, Cancer. And you keep eyes on the moon. It's, and this might be something we're working on too. Figuring out how we, what steps do we need to do to, I don't know, to kind of maybe alleviate this thing if there's something that was resonating with you, Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.